We are Alexander JFS.
We are compassionate.
We are professional,
trustworthy, visionary.
We give people purpose.
We are healing, welcoming, resourceful.
We care for different parts of the whole person.
We make people feel truly seen, heard, and deeply cared for.
Our ability to meet people with compassion and dignity.
There's always something that you will find impactful through JFS.
We meet people in their darkest hour and help them find light, connection, and hope.
We make sure that you are seen and heard, valued and supported.
To feel included within the community is being part of a community.
We want to be their partners throughout the journey to them feeling more safe and secure and more independent.
Ensuring that the things that we do are accessible.
They take it personally and will use all of their resources to make sure people get the help they need and maintain their dignity.
I personally feel this is one of the greatest mitzvahs that one person can do for someone else.
Alexander JFS is special because it's filled with compassion in every corner of every department.
It's like a highlight of my week and be around people who are very excited about what they're doing.
Delivering all kinds of things for the city of Houston.
The impact of one can touch many.
Alexander JFS is family.
Alexander JFS meets people where they are.
Family is our middle name.
We are
Alexander JFS.
We are Alexander JFS.
We are Alexander JFS.
We are Alexander JFS.
We are Alexander JFS.
Welcome to the 113th annual meeting of Alexander JFS. It is lovely to be together to start our year as a community, being grateful for the past and looking forward to the future. I am Andy Riesenfeld, and together with my sister Emily Spinner and our mom, Cheryl Levy, we are honored to be the annual meeting co-chairs for 2026.
Tonight, we'll welcome the new board leadership of JFS, recognize volunteers and special staff members, and hear some exciting announcements. The annual meeting is a time to celebrate the success of the past year and those that made it possible, and look forward to the year ahead through the vision of our incoming president.
Tonight is also very special, not only for the two generations of our family who are co-chairs, but also the generations that come before us as we present the 2026 Betty and Bernard Farfel Jewish Family Service Award. We are so happy to have you all here tonight, in person or by live stream. I want to give a special greeting to Joan Alexander, who is joining us by live stream. Joan, we know you continue to be filled with pride in the work of Alexander JFS. We are deeply grateful for your partnership. First, it is my pleasure to invite Rabbi David Lyon to begin our evening with an invocation, after which we will hear from Carolyn Kaplan, outgoing president, who will welcome the new board of directors.
Well, good evening and welcome to Congregation Beth Israel, and warm regards to Joan Alexander. We're taught in troubled seas of life, we should cling to Torah teachings and thereby remain attached to God. Then we may truly live. The Alexander JFS is the embodiment of Torah teachings. It's a lifeline of work and service rooted in Torah wisdom that saves us with clarity and support. Alexander JFS honors parents, children, and families. Alexander JFS dignifies every person regardless of their abilities or potential. Alexander JFS gives hope and opportunity for the future we share. When a person calls to ask for guidance for a chronic or difficult issue, I'm proud to refer them to JFS. I know they'll be received kindly, their concern will be addressed professionally, and their prospects will be better because they partnered with trusted and reliable resources. JFS provides clinical and compassionate help. Then congregations like Beth Israel and all of our congregations in Houston can offer regular spiritual support that connects people with Jewish prayer, contemplation, and meditation in individual and group settings. It often begins with Alexander JFS because it's our trusted partner where we all turn in our effort to be at our best again. JFS has been at the center of our community for decades, but its longevity has relied on every generation's awareness of and participation in its unique services. As one generation bears the mantle of responsibility, another generation is watching and learning. Then the next generation and the next can reliably prepare our community to thrive in all times. We honor God when we honor humanity. That's why we do this work, and that's why the roots of Alexander JFS must run deep to nourish its strength and extend its reach far and wide. Its success devolves upon all of us, whether we are strong or weak, smart or simple, Jewish or a Jewish ally. God's gifts are reflected in each of us. Alexander JFS helps to make God's light shine more brightly so that we may all bear up and thrive. May we always be there for Alexander JFS so that JFS may always be there for us. Amen.
Rabbi Lyon, thank you for those beautiful words and thoughtful words. You've certainly set the tone for our meeting tonight. Thank you. As immediate past president, it is my pleasure to express our heartfelt thanks to the board members who have generously served our community through Alexander JFS. At our December board meeting, those finishing their terms had the opportunity to share reflections on their JFS leadership journey. We are grateful for the commitment and dedication of Sasha Alexander, Deanna Goldner, David Harris, Greg Lewis, Jan Miller, Bruce Shelby, and our past president, Sandy Helfman-Wolf. We are thankful for the lasting impact each of you has made, and we know that you will continue to find meaningful ways to engage with JFS in the years to come. Thank you. At JFS, we are fortunate to be guided by board members who lead with heart, purpose, and a deep commitment to our mission. And today, we're excited to welcome our newly elected board members into that shared journey. From my own experience, I can say with confidence that serving on the JFS board is truly meaningful, full of opportunities to use your experience, wisdom, and passions to uplift others and celebrate and create lasting change. We welcome new board members, David Fischel, Lauren Weingarten-Maroney, Alex Rebbe, representing Enterprise Mobility, Emery Skulkin, and Rabbi Brian Strauss. Our new board members join those listed in your program and on the screen somewhere, who are continuing their terms. Together, they will create a strong team that will benefit from fresh ideas and a wealth of experience, guiding Alexander JFS toward an even brighter future. And last, but certainly not least, I'm excited to acknowledge those who will serve on our 2026 Executive Committee. Bill Cohen, President. Gretchen Gemeinhart, Treasurer. Kim Trimble, Assistant Treasurer. Ellen Tooman Robinson, Secretary. Rory Feldman, Assistant Secretary. Jay Epstein, Vice President of Administration. Vicki Evans, Vice President, Board Engagement. Emily Friedman, Vice President, Community Engagement. Marcy Margolis, Vice President of Development. And Debbie Kaplan, Vice President of Program Services and myself, Carolyn Kaplan, immediate past president. And now I'd like to invite our JFS board member, our friend, your friend, Rabbi Adrienne Scott, to the bema. Well, she will use her beautiful voice to present a special selection that will introduce our President's Award.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. This musical selection captures the spirit of generations who gain in wisdom from one another and the commitment of those who work for the community through JFS, that we must live for today, we must build for tomorrow.
Childhood was for fantasies, for nursery rhymes and toys. The world was much too busy to understand small girls and boys. As I grew up, I came to learn that life was not a game, that heroes were just people that we called another name. And the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must build for today, we must live for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Now I've grown, the years have passed, I've come to understand there are choices to be made, and my life's at my command. I cannot have a future till I embrace my past. I promise to pursue the challenge. Time is going fast, and the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must build for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Today's the day I take my stand, the future's mine to hold. Commitments that I make today are dreams from days of old. I have to make the way for generations come and go. I'll have to teach them what I've learned, so they will come to know that the old shall dream dreams, and the youth shall see visions, and our hope shall rise up to the sky. We must live for today, we must build for tomorrow. Give us time, give us strength, give us life. Give us time, give us strength, give us life.
How beautiful was that? That was really a gift. Thank you, Adrienne, and thank you, Mark. I'm supposed to be doing this. Okay. I didn't do my job. And now I have the privilege of presenting the 2026 President's Award. One of the greatest joys of my presidency is the opportunity to recognize an individual or group whose efforts have made a meaningful impact in advancing an important goal during my term. And for me, the 2026 award recipients were an easy choice. Throughout my presidency, and even long before, I've had a focus on bringing young adults, change makers, as I like to call them, into the JFS world as volunteers and into leadership. In 2025, A new cadre of young adults working alongside dedicated JFS professionals created an innovative program called Career Catalyst, which has quickly become a highlight of our Center for Career and Employment. So, how did Career Catalyst come to be? I'll tell you. It began with Emily Friedman, our 2024 Becker Leadership Award recipient. In her role on the executive committee with a focus on community outreach, Emily connected with Emery Skulkin and Lauren Maroney, both experienced recruiting professionals. Together, the trio asked an important question. Could JFS create a program that connects job seekers with professional volunteers in a meaningful, hands-on way? That question sparked something powerful. Partnering with JFS Career and Employment Center staff, Laura Alter, who leads the department, and Mandy Thibodeau, an empowerment coach and career mentor, they blended fresh ideas with broad expertise. And from those conversations, Career Catalyst was born. Since launching the program, they have already hosted 3 highly successful events with more than 200 participants, and additional events are already on the calendar. What makes Career Catalyst so impactful is its focus on connecting job seekers directly with mentors who offer professional expertise, strong networks, and genuine encouragement. It's a true win-win, and it's quickly becoming a cornerstone of the Center for Career and Employment. Emily, Lauren, Emery, Laura, and Mandy, will you please join me at the bema? Tonight, we recognize extraordinary innovation and collaboration, work that has created a meaningful impact in our community, empowered emerging leaders, and helped address one of our greatest challenges, navigating a difficult job market. It is my pleasure to present the President's Award to these 5 people, Emily, Lauren, Emery, Laura, and Mandy. Together, you've built more than a program. You've created opportunity, connection, and real-world impact. Thank you, and congratulations. Emily, I'm going to have y'all come here. Laura and Emery, we have you.
Should have had the box up here for me. Hello. Thank you, everyone who has supported the Career Catalyst program so far and turning our vision into a reality. We also would love to thank the JFS staff, Alana and Anderson, who have been with us from the beginning and have made every event a complete success. And of course, to receive the President's Award, we have to, of course, thank our President, Carolyn, who has served as an outstanding president and has truly been an amazing proponent of the program and has collaborated with us from every meeting since the beginning. Thank you, Carolyn. The 5 of us are all so proud of the impact we have made so far. And of course, there is so much more that we plan on doing in the years ahead.
The next step in the evolution of this incredible program is to involve executives and mid-level career professionals who want to mentor others throughout their career transitions and get their questions asked. Do you know anyone that would be a great mentor? Hint, hint, it could be you. Emery's going to expand on this a little bit more.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who's been involved with this program. When I look out at you and I take note of all the ambition and the dedication, the care, the strong push for altruism in this room and whoever's watching online, I get inspired. And if you feel that you're inspired and you're feeling like you want to get involved, that's great. We can use you in the program. Many of us know from lived experience the immense power that mentorship has to change other people's career trajectories, their lives, and in sharing our unique talents, we all not only strengthen ourselves, we strengthen this community. And it all starts with just 3 cups of coffee. That's what we're asking. So if you're interested in giving back and you're interested in becoming a part of this program on a career mentor, or have questions as to what's involved, see one of us. Again, 3 cups of coffee starts your journey to change lives. So we thank you so much for making a difference. Encourage you to be a driving force in Career Catalyst's future success. Thank you.
And now, with immense pride, I give you your new Alexander JFS President, Phil Cohen.
Don't leave. You're still on the executive committee. Carolyn, I have the honor to represent the Alexander JFS family in thanking you for your tenure as board president during 2024 and 2025. You brought grace, vision, and energy to the work of our agency. You met with all your staff, our staff members, in small groups over lunches that you sponsored so that you could form relationships with them and they with one another. You found new opportunities for board members to become even more deeply engaged with the agency, with great attention to detail, but even more so with great attention to people. You took the time to make thoughtful decisions that would be the most inclusive for all. And as Rabbi Scott so beautifully illuminated through her voice and the song lyrics, you work to give young adults opportunities to see visions, and perhaps even more importantly, to bring them to life. This is perfectly illustrated through the example of your choice of the President Award recipients. Carolyn, congratulations on your impactful work for Alexander JFS, one that has set us on a course of inspired leadership in the coming years. In keeping with our custom, we have selected a piece of artwork that will hang at JFS in honor of your presidency. This piece by artist Steph Ross is a perfect choice. We feel that it represents your personal style and taste, and it reminds us that during your time as JFS president, the people you touched who blossomed under your nurturing leadership. This piece will hang in our boardroom, and we hope it's a wonderful reminder to you of our gratitude and that it will serve as inspiration to others who will see it. Thank you. Thank you. I've attended many wonderful simchas in this synagogue, and this one certainly ranks near the top, but not better than our wedding, honey. As I enter my own presidency, I'm honored and deeply moved to have been selected to lead this dynamic organization. As most of you who know me are aware, I've always found that the clearest story is the one told by the numbers. I love to measure success and impact by looking at what the numbers reveal. How many more clients did we serve this year than last? What percentage growth did we have in our outcomes? For me, these numbers remind me of each and every life we touch. Numbers play a big role at the agency, from using data to improve our programs, to increasing efficiency in our accounting systems, which have experienced exponential demand as our services have grown, to understanding how to share with our supporters through data the ways in which their support makes a difference. Expect to see and hear a lot about numbers so we can better measure our impact. Operational excellence and strengthening our agency systems will also be one of the things I focus on as president. I believe this will be the foundation for our ability to sustain the growth we have experienced over the past 20 years. Even with a personal interest in data and systems, I know that at the heart of JFS are the clients we serve, the amazing people who serve them, and the unmatched stories of light, hope, and help. Whenever I'm at JFS, I'm struck by just how essential our mission is to this community. My hope for today is that we can all share that realization and deepen our awareness together. A fabulous way to accomplish this is to attend Real Abilities, which begins Sunday, our premier citywide film and arts festival dedicated to celebrating the lives, stories, and talents of people with disabilities. This year, it's chaired by Rory Feldman, Jamie Wolf, and Sandy Wolf. With this team, I know it's going to be an amazing event, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the events. Please register at alexanderjfs.org and join us. Another thing I particularly look forward to is representing JFS in the community. Our vision statement begins with, to be a trusted community partner that is welcoming to all. As JFS expands its services geographically by embedding our professionals and institutions across the community, we are deepening the power of our partnerships. As many of you know, we have a deep relationship with our funding partners, United Way, the Houston Jewish Community Foundation, and the Jewish Federation of Greater Houston. They not only provide us with direct resources, but they provide JFS opportunities for staff development, technology training, and other shared pursuits. Tonight, we welcome the professional and lay leaders of these partners and all our community partners. Roberta Herman Dietrich, CEO of the Houston Jewish Community Foundation, Renee Wizig Barrios, CEO of the Federation, Marcia Caton, CEO of 7 Acres, Lauren Siegel Foster, President of our supporting foundation, the Houston Jewish Family Foundation, and a special welcome to Larry Skolnick, the new CEO of Evelyn Rubenstein JCC. Building on these partnerships, it is absolutely my pleasure to introduce Rob Schoss, newly elected chair of the board of the Federation, our valued partner in meeting ongoing and emerging needs of our community. Please join me in welcoming him to give his greetings from the Federation.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and to support and acknowledge the impressive work of the Alexander JFS provides for the community. Alexander JFS is an incredible organization with wonderful lay and professional leadership. I have witnessed the greatness in many different capacities and perspectives over the years. On behalf of the community, thank you for all the amazing services you all provide. I first want to acknowledge the accomplishments of outgoing Chair Carolyn Kaplan, who is an incredible community leader. I also want to welcome Phil Cohen to his new role. I want to quickly share some thoughts about what the Federation is doing to make our Jewish community as vibrant and as effective as possible. The Federation serves as a convener, connector, innovator, and funder for the community. I would imagine most everybody in here has been positively affected and touched by the Federation's work. Some engagement opportunities include providing a partnership and funding for Jewish day schools, senior care, supporting Israel, especially over the last couple of years. Since the attacks on October 7th, the Federation has raised over $20 million to support rebuilding efforts in Israel. There are newer service areas that have become essential to the work of the Federation that I want to make sure you are aware of. The Joan and Stanford Alexander Family Jewish Community Security Program is a partnership between the Federation and Secure Community Network. We work with Jewish institutions to provide assessments, training, and law enforcement connections, as well as help them to realize federal nonprofit grants, one of which Alexander JFS has received. Our public affairs work is where we build bridges with ally groups and individuals and government leadership to fight anti-Semitism and speak out on issues important to the Jewish community. I own that I come here tonight wearing my Federation board chair hat. I've been in this role for a few months, and I'm continuing to learn about the extent of the Federation's scope, which has expanded under the leadership of CEO Renee Wizig-Barrios. Seeing things from the inside always gives an additional perspective. And one of the highlights, in addition to getting to work with the wonderful Federation staff and lay leaders, is witnessing the phenomenal relationship and partnership shared by Alexander JFS and the Federation. We truly work hand in hand on many urgent and ongoing critical initiatives. The Federation believes deeply in the Alexander JFS, and it shows in our actions. Regarding numbers, I know Phil had commented he's a man of numbers. Last year, we happily contributed to Alexander JFS in multiple ways. Our annual allocation was $190,000. An additional $30,000 was awarded last week through our local impact fund to Alexander JFS for programs it is offering in partnership with other Jewish organizations. One provides mental health services in outlying areas, and there is also funding for an inclusive community garden that is in partnership with Celebration Company in one of the day schools. Another novel way we partnered recently with Alexander JFS and JCRS was the Houston Hanukkah project. Together, the organization provided 624 Hanukkah gifts to 78 children and 31 families in greater Houston area, primarily driven by volunteerism. Local leaders, I know Emily Friedman and Jen Drob, led the planning. The effort also helped raise more than $10,000 to buy gift cards for families, which were used to purchase board and card games, blankets, and other items for family bags. We are also pleased that Alexander JFS employees are participating in our new professional development series for Jewish community professionals, or communal professionals. I also want to serve as a helpful resource, however I can. The conversation doesn't end here, so feel free to email, text, or call me if I can be of help. Rachel Davis has my contact information. And once again, thank you for having me, and thank you for your time. And please keep up your outstanding work. It's certainly very much needed. Thank you.
It was my honor to establish our volunteer efforts at Alexander JFS. For 9 years, I was the volunteer coordinator, and it was a passion of mine to match each volunteer with an opportunity to help the community through JFS. Now that department is run professionally by our volunteer manager, Melanie Cole Goldberg, who has recently logged in over 1,000 volunteers into the agency volunteer database. Now that deserves applause. Volunteers are at the heart of JFS. From Celebration Company to visiting seniors, from our chaplaincy program to our employment program, volunteers expand our ability to serve more people. So tonight, it is my honor to recognize those who volunteered last year at JFS. Your names have been published in the Jewish Herald and will also be on the slides at the end of the evening. For now, if you are a volunteer, which by the way includes those who serve on our board, please rise or wave your hand to let everyone know who you are. Thank you for your service. Now, it is absolutely a thrill to be able to ask two JFS volunteers to join me, Emily Spinner and Andy Riesenfeld, my daughters.
Thanks, Mom. I was honored to be and had a fabulous time as one of the co-chairs of the JFS Gala's Young Adult After Party last November. Em and I are so proud to be the fourth generation of family, raising the fifth generation of our family involved with JFS. Tonight, we introduce to you with such immense pride the Betty and Bernard Farfel Jewish Family Service Award.
From 1913 to the present, JFS has always strived to be at the forefront of addressing contemporary social problems of the time. The health and welfare of the Jewish family has been at the center of each generation. This award, established in 1981 by my grandparents, Carol and Barry Goodfriend, and my great aunts and uncles, Linda and Herb Lesser, and Helen and Larry Rose, is given to any individual, family, agency, or organization which, in the opinion of the award committee, demonstrates through commitment and action an exemplary and special concern for the Jewish family.
This award has been given to those who have dedicated their professional lives in this exact way. Please direct your attention to the screen to learn a bit more.
Family has always been at the heart of Alexander Jewish Family Service.
The Betty and Bernard Farfel family, our family, has been involved with JFS for decades. Planting deep roots of service, multiple generations have become engaged with JFS's mission.
Betty and Bernard, or as we call them, Betty and Buzzy, devoted themselves to the welfare of the agency so that there would be both resources and compassion available for all who turned to JFS for light, hope, and help.
My father worked hard to establish his medical practice, but the amazing thing to us is that he always had time for us and for the family and for my grandmother who lived with us and for the community. And a lot of his efforts were directed toward Jewish Family Service, where he served on the board and then as president. And it was during his time of involvement that he located the present location of the JFS building and was very instrumental in the move that made it so much more convenient for the Jewish community and so much more effective.
My grandma, Betty, was devoted to building a loving family, but found a unique way to give of herself to help those who turned to JFS.
She was really the first voice and the first face that various people who contacted Jewish Family Service needing help, she was the one who welcomed them and talked to them and spoke to them, and also she was involved speaking with the staff, and a lot of people were the recipients of her wisdom and her good sense. And she also had a sense of humor like my dad. So they were a great pair, and they were married for 60 years. And it's always been a blessing for us. Whenever we meet someone and they realize who our parents were, we always know we're going to hear a good story, because everyone who crossed paths with either one of them was really a lucky person, and they realized that they were lucky to have known them, and we were lucky to be their children.
Our family has been very involved with the Jewish Family Service. My husband Barry is a past president. My sister Linda has been serving on the board before, and now our daughter Cheryl has been active these last few years. As a volunteer herself, she organized the volunteers for family service, getting hundreds of people who will work as volunteers at different times for different projects. We felt we were wonderful recipients of a happy family, and we wanted to honor our parents, and we thought this was a nice way to do it, and so we established the Betty and Bernard Farfel Family Service Award.
This award recognizes those who make it their life's calling to help others, often behind the scenes and without proper recognition, but their work is incredibly important. And we want to make sure that not just the named honoree, but those who are in the same field realize that the community, and particularly my sisters and I, are very grateful for the work that you do.
In my opinion, it's not a profession, it's a sacred calling.
and to have a focus on Jewish families and the people who help Jewish families will always be important. And we're very pleased that when this award is given, that our parents' name will live on because this was so important to them.
And now, feeling deeply inspired by our family and the important work of the agency, the next generation steps forward to take leadership roles in building the future of JFS.
We are and will continue teaching our children how to strengthen roots by giving and helping, as did those who came before us.
It's woven into the fabric of who we are.
What would my grandparents have thought about their great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren continuing their legacy at JFS?
I think they would be pleased but not surprised.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
While my beloved grandparents, Betty and Bernard, although everyone called him Buzzy, were petite in stature, they were truly larger than life. They imparted life lessons that I strive to incorporate every single day. Their legacies of humility, service, kindness, compassion, and family connection were and are inspirational to scores of people. Their descendants are so proud that this award is in their name. Let me share with you a brief history lesson. In the 1960s, leaders in the Houston Jewish clergy and medical communities were deliberating and considering the best ways to serve patients from out of town who were being treated in the medical center hospitals, predominantly at the time, heart patients. Debate ensued back and forth and even became the subject of a sermon from the late Rabbi Robert I. Kahn, a former Farfel Award recipient himself, about the need for a Jewish chaplain in the Texas Medical Center. A member of the committee posed the question, how many people are we talking about, and questioned the cost to establish such a program. The doctor on the committee then spoke. What difference does it make, he noted, how many people are involved, whether a large number or a small number? After all, one person is a lot of people. Spoiler alert, the physician I just quoted was my beloved grandfather, Buzzy Farfel, and the Jewish chaplaincy program was established soon after and continues to thrive decades later. I can attest that my grandparents would be honored to associate their lifetime of Gemilut Hasadim with this year's recipient of the Alexander JFS Farfel Award, Chaplain Hope Lipnick. It is difficult to begin to describe Hope Lipnick without using superlatives. Her caring heart, her depth of spirit, her healing powers, her dignified presence, her soul, her figurative and literal holding our hands. So let's begin with a brief bio. Hope grew up in Des Moines, Iowa. Her parents named her well, and was raised in a classically reformed household with her older brother. After graduating with a degree in dental hygiene, Hope ventured on her own to Texas, where she passed her boards and began her career as a dental hygienist. In Iowa and in Houston, Hope always engaged in her community, served her community, and took care of her community. With the birth of her children, Allison and Michael, Hope became an active community volunteer and was selected for the Jewish Federation's Women's Young Leadership Program in a cohort including our own JFS past president, Carolyn Kaplan. And Hope was one of the founders of the Schlenker School PTO, which she served as president. When Hope began her study of Jewish spiritual healing, it was as if her soul had a reawakening. She became the beloved, respected chaplain of our Texas Medical Center, representing the Jewish community and training chaplains of multiple faiths. It is not a job to her, but a sacred calling, to use the words of my Aunt Linda Lesser. Hope to help people at their darkest moments, a gift I've personally experienced firsthand. The Alexander JFS Farfel Award has been given for over 40 years to recipients across the U.S. You will see prior recipients in your program. We are so fortunate that such a shining example is already among us in Houston. I would like to ask anyone in this room who has themselves or a family member or a friend been touched by Hope's deep kindness, please to stand now. It is my distinct pleasure to call forward this jewel in our midst, Chaplain Hope Lipnick.
Thank you, Cheryl, for those generous words. I am truly honored to be here tonight, and I'm really quite overwhelmed with this award. Before I begin, I want to say to Velva Levine, who is watching through live streaming, thank you, and how grateful I am for all of your support. First, I want to also thank the selection committee of the Betty and Bernard Farfel Award for this incredible recognition. It is humbling and inspiring. The vision of Dr. Farfel has come to full fruition with the creation of the Alexander Jewish Family Service, Velva G. and H. Fred Levine Jewish Chaplaincy Program, a joint program of Alexander JFS and the Jewish Federation of Greater Houston. Dr. Farfel understood the importance of a Jewish chaplain visiting Jewish patients and families. Patients are a stranger in a strange land when they are in the hospital. When the Jewish chaplain arrives, the patient is once again with their own culture and religion. The relationship created is a major spiritual and psychological healer. I thank him for seeing the value in the quiet and often unseen work of chaplaincy. As a chaplain, we are called to some of the most tender, painful, and sacred moments of people's lives. We walk into rooms where words sometimes fail and where silence is the only prayer we can offer, and where presence itself becomes the ministry. It is the night calls, the shared journey, and the failures that taught me resilience and success. I have been in the trenches with my patients and their families, witnessing their fears, anxieties, suffering, and pain, but also the celebration of life and God's presence. I was there to guard and nurture their hope and their faith. I have been making patient visits for a little over 31 years at the Texas Medical Center. Words cannot express my gratitude and my joy to serve our Jewish community here in Houston, from around the United States, and even from around the world. But the success of the Velva G. and H. Fred Levine chaplaincy program isn't mine alone. It is a collection of countless moments shaped by the people who stood beside me. I share with Ray Gerson of blessed memory, and Dan Trachtenberg, who has lovingly and diligently delivered Shabbat boxes to patients every Friday for 25 years. And I thank the dedicated and compassionate group of volunteers who made this possible. If there are any volunteers here in the audience tonight, I ask that you stand and to be recognized, whether you're past or present. Please stand. Well, I was an unlikely candidate for this career. If you had told me when I was 20 years old that I would be the Jewish chaplain at the largest medical center in the world, and for 27 years, the Jewish chaplain at MD Anderson, the #1 cancer center in the world, I would have said, "You are crazy. What are you smoking? And can I have some?" As I reflect upon the years behind me, I am reminded that chaplaincy is not a profession. It is a calling, a vocation, not a job. It is sacred work. It is the privilege of standing with the people in the places where life is most fragile and faith most real. Thank you once again for this incredible honor, and God bless you.
Congratulations, Hope. As many of you know, over Hope's tenure, we consistently receive letters from hospital patients and their families thanking us for the visits, the encouragement, and of course, the Shabbat boxes, which are a part of the Belvaji and H. Fred Levine Shabbat Box program. At such a vulnerable time in their lives, they have felt blessed that Hope was by their side. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition for so many years of meaningful service. Tonight, I have the fun honor of speaking about our staff tonight. The Alexander JFS staff are the heartbeat of our agency. They are there to take the call and meet our clients wherever they are. They give of their expertise, and they do it with seemingly bottomless wells of compassion. They protect our clients' dignity and help them stabilize, all while navigating the systems and processes which keep our work confidential and operating to the highest standards. If you are an Alexander JFS employee, please rise or wave your hand so we can acknowledge you. Tonight, I have the honor of recognizing our staff members who have reached their 10-year milestone: Nicholas Vasquez, Becca Gollop, Neville Karpus, and Tiffany Dorsey. I'm going to start with Tiffany. Tonight, Tiffany, it is my great pleasure to share a few words in recognition of your service. Please come up and join me. Tiffany is our Chief Development Officer. In her 10 years of service to JFS, Tiffany is the model of integrity and exemplifies what it means to be a JFS professional. She has a mind built for strategy and business and a heart deeply rooted in service and in faith. Guided by her strong personal faith, Tiffany approaches her role of Chief Development Officer with purpose and clarity, always focused on our mission and her role in helping to ensure that our staff have the resources they need to care for the most vulnerable members of our community. It is fitting that we honor Tiffany in the year that our theme is strengthening our roots and growing our reach, because that theme perfectly reflects Tiffany's contribution to our agency. She has helped strengthen us through creating policies and procedures that improve our processes and help create sustainability. And through her ability to inspire the community, we have grown our resources that allow us to continue to expand our reach into the community. Tiffany, it's my pleasure to give you our little bit of recognition on your 10-year anniversary.
Thank you, Carl. When I walked through the doors of Alexander JFS 10 years ago, I never imagined how profoundly it would impact my life. What began as a job became a calling, and in many ways a second family. Every day, I've had the privilege of working alongside people who lead with passion, integrity, and an unwavering belief in the community. To the Alexander JFS Board and leadership, thank you for your trust and faith in my abilities. To my colleagues, past and present, thank you for your teamwork, your humor on hard days, and your dedication on those so really long ones. And to my family, thank you for understanding that compassionate work often asks for more than a typical workday. Your patience and encouragement and belief in the service that we provide at Alexander JFS makes it possible for me to do this important work. 10 years ago, I joined Alexander JFS family. I'm proud of what we accomplished during that time, and I'm excited about what we have to come. Thank you.
And now I'd like to call up three extraordinary professionals from our celebration company. Nicholas, Becca, and Neville, will you please come join me? All right. Well, Becca, oh, there we go. Becca is a shining star at Celebration Company. And by the way, you might have seen her on Great Day Houston just the other day. So Tuesday, yeah. With a deep love for art, meaningful friendships, and her signature collection of quirky earrings, she brings creativity and warmth into everything she does. Becca was recently promoted to Senior Retail Associate because of her leadership, dedication, and hard work truly set her apart. She's an incredible public speaker with a natural gift for connection. She can, quite literally, sell snow to a snowman. I saw this in Colorado. She sold out everything in the first few hours. One highlight from the past year that I want to share is that Becca helped represent JFS at our national conference in Colorado this past spring and ran our booth at our vendor showcase. Becca, congratulations on 10 years of extraordinary service.
I just wanted to let you all know I just came from my intern today, and when I heard everybody say the word coffee, if you're hungry, just come to Vinny and Bo's on a Thursday and I can greet you, because I just work there from 9 to 11.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Whenever Becca comes to a board meeting and talks about a new product, it sells out that day. Neville is another valued member of the Celebration Company team. Also honored with a promotion to Senior Retail Associate, Neville has retail running through his veins. Neville is truly a friend to all who know him for his calming presence and steady leadership. With extensive retail experience, he brings confidence and insight into every interaction, and his expertise has played a significant role in boosting our sales. With his move to Brookdale Galleria, he has gained a very special place in another special community. I think some of his fan club is here tonight. Neville's consistency, kindness, and professionalism make him an essential part of Celebration Company's success. Congratulations, Neville, on 10 years of service.
And now also work as youth of Bacon Company from 10 till 12.
Awesome. And Nicholas. Nicholas works in the Joan and Stanford Alexander Celebration Company. His love for Mr. Potato Head perfectly reflects his great sense of humor and playful spirit. Beyond the fun, Nicholas is a patient and dedicated teacher, generously sharing his knowledge by teaching coworkers and staff American Sign Language. He is a wonderful artist at painting beautiful floral canvases. His kindness, inclusivity, and willingness to support others make him a truly special part of the team. Congratulations, Nicholas, on 10 years of service. And now it's my extreme pleasure to welcome Samara Rosen. You can go sit down. Yeah, good job. Samara is the coordinator of the Center for Art and Photography at Celebration Company, and she is here to announce the recipient of the Linda Rubenfeld Art Experience for 2026. I'm so glad that Shelley Rubenfeld could join us to enjoy this meaningful opportunity that was created in memory of Linda. Samara?
Anna Maria Rosito was the 2025 Linda Rubenfeld Art Experience intern. You could see her pictured here at one of her special art experiences at U of H, where artists work together to build this quilt. This internship allows artists, the chosen artists, to attend and participate in art experiences during the year that expands their skills and exposes them to different art forms. I am pleased to announce that the 2026 Linda Rubenfeld Art Experience internship will be the Celebration Company artist, Leona Yadego. Leona is a talented artist who uses art and patterns to express her feelings and experiences. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Our gala recognizes those who exemplify the spirit and leadership of JFS. As is our custom, tonight we announce our JFS Live 2026 honorees. I welcome to the stage Marcy Margolis, 2025 Joan Alexander Chesed Award recipient, and Courtney Cohn Garson, the 2025 Shirley and Alan Becker Leadership Award recipients.
It is absolutely my pleasure to announce this year's Joan Alexander Hesed Award honoree. This year's recipients are a couple who bring tremendous energy to the Hesed they do in the community. They have served Alexander JFS for many years, and their impact is felt at Celebration Company and throughout Houston each and every week. The envelope, please. The 2026 Joan Alexander Hesed Award recipients are Donna and Philip Tenenbaum.
And I am thrilled to announce the Shirley and Alan Becker Leadership Award this evening. This year's honoree is known for her professional and personal connection to those she serves. She has brought her efforts to several departments of the agency as a volunteer, and she serves on the board of the agency and of our supporting foundation, Houston Jewish Family Foundation. She is deeply committed to the future of JFS. The envelope, please. And our honoree is the 2026 Shirley and Alan Becker Leadership Award, Kim Trimble.
And it is my pleasure to announce our Community Investment Award recipient for 2026. Represented by our board leader, April Love, this company has found creative and impactful ways to help people in the communities they serve and has partnered with Alexander JFS on many initiatives. They are often the first to step forward unasked when they see a need of our clients. The recipient of our 2026 Community Investment Award is Cisco Corporation. We have built an amazing leadership team for the gala, with Vicki and Rich Evans and Dee Dee Doshin and Paul Grossbard serving as event chairs. Scott Bormaster and Clay Spitz leading our finance team. And honorary chairs, Linda and Andy Berger. So save the date, get out your calendars now, November 19th, the Thursday before Thanksgiving at Hilton Americas. And now let's welcome back our event chairs to close tonight's meeting.
Thank you first to my very special co-chairs, and to all honorees, volunteers, staff, notably Carl Josehart, Rachel Davis, and Laura Signet for all of your help, to the board, to our partners, and to all of you.
Please join us for a dessert reception immediately following in the social hall. And on your way out, be sure to pick up your sweet treat celebrating the Farfel Awards new logo.
And now, a goodnight message from the 5th generation of our family to be involved in Alexander JFS.
See you next year.
Great.